Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again, as always. Tonight, guys, we're going to touch on a subject that has been brought up on numerous occasions on my channel over the last, say, about 12 to 18 months. And that subject being, is socially acceptable racism? To be more specific, we're talking about anti-white racism here. There's no point in beating about the bush. Now, over the course of this time, these 12 to 18 months, I have brought you numerous stories and numerous examples of this being put into play by big corporations, big companies, advertising for job vacancies and putting out job application forms, with the small caveat, of course, being that anyone can apply for that vacancy as long as you don't have white skin. And I find that absolutely appalling. It seems to be a running theme in the UK at the minute that it's perfectly fine and perfectly acceptable to be racist towards white people. I think people have this kind of cockeyed notion in their heads that because blacks and ethnic minorities and all the rest of it suffered racism, about 100 or 200 years ago, that it's now deemed perfectly fine for us to go through exactly the same as some kind of penance, some kind of twisted good for the goose, good for the gander kind of thing. No one seems to kick up a stink or offer any kind of resistance when this goes off. They just tend to sit there like a nodding fucking dog, taking it on the chin without any kind of pushback. Well, not on this channel and not from people like me and you. I will carry on exposing this. I will carry on making videos about it. I'll carry on moaning and putting up as much resistance as one man can in the front room of his house to try and put an end to this. Now, sadly, guys, I do have yet another example and another story about this socially acceptable racism. This time, it is coming from Premier League clubs. Football clubs here in the United Kingdom have been embroiled in this fucking madness. Now, this comes from GB News' website, and it reads as follows. Man United and Liverpool among Premier League clubs blocking white men from applying from coaching roles. Now, I've said this on many times on my videos in the past, guys. I'm a lifelong Liverpool fan. I've supported them for over 30 years now. Now, being a right-wing conservative is extremely... well, it's a tough job. Being a fan of a club like Liverpool, very socialist, very left-wing, banners of Jeremy Corbyn even on the Kop, and rainbow laces and rainbow armbands for the captain and all that fucking nonsense. It often leaves me with a very sour taste, but it's been 30 years, what the hell am I going to do? I've got Liverpool tattoos burned into my skin, so yeah, I'm just stuck with it, I suppose. The Premier League has found itself embroiled in controversy over its coach inclusion and diversity scheme. I don't know why even that's still a fucking thing. It doesn't matter what colour your skin is. If you are a good coach, you will get hired. It's as simple as that, but more on that in just a second. With accusations of discrimination against white male applicants. Rupert Law, fantastic bloke, MP for Great Yarmouth, has branded the initiative anti-white racism, which it is indeed anti-white racism. You can't call it anything else. You can't sugarcoat this. You can't talk it away. That's exactly what it is. It's socially acceptable racism, and it needs to fucking change. After several clubs advertised coaching positions that appeared to exclude white men from applying. The scheme, designed to increase diversity in football coaching, has come under scrutiny for job adverts that specified they were open to coaches who are currently underrepresented, represented even within English professional football. These adverts listed male coaches from black, Asian and mixed heritage backgrounds and female coaches from all backgrounds as eligible applicants. So in this case, it's not just anti-white racism, it's anti-white man racism, because women are alright as long as they're, they've got a pair of boobs and what's between the legs and so on and so forth. But if you're a bloke and you're white, you don't have a fucking chance. The wording was reportedly guided by the Premier League itself. According to the Telegraph, numerous job adverts were uncovered from Premier League clubs that may violate the Equality Act. May violate it? It's a complete violation if you ask me. Manchester United, Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur, Aston Villa and several other top top flight clubs have published adverts explicitly stating they would only consider applicants from ethnic minorities and women. I'm going to leave that there, guys. It just goes into more what clubs are involved and that kind of a thing. Nothing's going to happen about this. No one's going to put any pushback. No one's going to take this into the House of the Parliament, or maybe for a couple of MPs here and there. But nothing will get done. It'll get swept under the carpet, just in case somehow we... This is crazy to say. Somehow we offend the people being racist towards us. I can't comprehend it. My mind just doesn't work in that respect. So, guys, we're going to go over the obvious here. Let's just say, for example, I'm the chairman of, Charlton Athletic, for example, and I stipulated in my job advert that only white people can apply for this said job that I put out, say a receptionist for the club or something like that. What would the backlash be like if I said no blacks, no Asians, no Indians, no Pakistanis? My fucking God, the streets would be burning red hot within hours of this getting out to the press. But again, because it's happening to people like me and people like you, doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? Well, Rupert Law gives a shit, but yeah, he's a different case. I cannot understand this whole rhetoric of hiring people for your company based on skin colour alone. Let's just put it into a little bit of a fun scenario here, shall we? Let's just say you run a big business that makes a lot of money per year, that kind of a thing, and you are short of an accountant, for example. And you put out a job advertisement for an accountant with obvious experience for a business your size, that kind of a thing. And you have two applicants that step forward. On the one hand, you have a black person, I don't know, Jarrell, let's call him. And he worked in McDonald's for 4 years, and before that he was in prison, and then before that he was washing cars, just as an example. And on the other hand, you've got David Jones, who was a stockbroker on Wall Street for 15 years. Now, based on this alone, you would be hiring Jarrell simply because of his skin colour. Doesn't matter that he's had no experience in accounting. It doesn't matter that he worked at McDonald's, been in prison and washed cars. You employ that man based on skin colour alone, your business will go bust inside 12 months. It is absolute lunacy that football clubs can hire coaches based on skin colour alone. The under-18 sides, shot to shit. Under-21s, shot to shit. Main teams, relegated. It does not make sense. Job applications and job vacancies should be acceptable from merit and experience alone. It is rudimentary shit, this, guys. I don't run a business, I don't run a football club, but even I know this. It's madness, it's horrific, it needs to stop, it needs burning and putting in the bin and shit and piss to be poured on it. It's horrible, I can't stand it. Let me know what you think in comments, guys. Thanks a lot for watching as always. And I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.